Hey guys, welcome back to Skylanders Ring of Heroes. We're on day 6 of the global account, and I'm pretty excited about today because I've actually managed to 3-star B8, and that was my goal going into this. I really wanted to try and rush my progression and try and get to B8 in a week, and we have managed to do that. Now, yes, we have used Stormblade, the Nat 5. That was my whole plan going into this, was to revolve my progression around using Stormblade. But yeah, I'll go through the other stuff and then I'll go through the B8 run. I'll do a B8 run. Sorry to everyone in the videos that wanted to see the B7 runs. I had a few comments about it. My runes are just past the stage where it sort of would be value to show B7 runs. But from now on, when I do a clear, I'll show you the runs and how they work as they go. Because right now my B8 runs are not reliable. You do have to manual it to get that 3-star. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. For other progression, as you can see, my Whirlwind is at +4 now. I've just literally been farming her basically all day, farming those shards, getting experience for my Stealth Elf, and yeah, just grinding like that. I did do a bit more B7 farming and got some more good runes, so I got this flat attack rune for my Whirlwind, which is really nice too. What else did I get? I put this HP percent one on. As you can see, I'm really gold broke at the moment. Now, that's another question that gets asked a lot is gold. I always feel broke, and unfortunately just the best way to do it is the gold dungeon, obviously daily, but then just farming scenarios just gives you your best gold rewards, and it's fairly in line with experience. The harder the stage, the further down it is, the more experience and gold you will get. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been grinding the gold, grinding the shards, grinding the experience, and just dumping that gold into runes as soon as I do have it. So yeah, these have been a few good upgrades for my... I also got a 5-star for this slot as well. So now she's only on one 4-star rune that I've got to replace. So she's looking really good. Obviously, how I said that my B8 team isn't that reliable yet, there's a few obvious things I can do. The first one obviously being runes, upgrade runes. The next being 6-star this Whirlwind and level her out. And then also max out my levels on my Stealth Elf. So the Stealth Elf is still leveling. I did swap that best rune set that I had, the crit rate rune set, from my Stormblade. I keep thinking World of Warcraft when I hear the name. From my Stormblade over to my Stealth Elf, because Stealth Elf is key for B8. You really want her doing the damage to the boss. And we'll go through that a bit more when we go on. So as you can see, she's at 77% crit rate. I did actually end up maxing out this crit rate rune, and the annoying thing about Stealth Elf is that she does have the base crit rate of only 24, whereas Stormblade has the 30. So you do just lose 6% crit rate from that conversion. The Stormblade just on Stealth Elf's old rune, so not much crit rate, not much crit damage. Decent attack, and that's pretty much where she's going to sit for now. So what we'll do is we'll go across into it, and I'll show you a run now. I'll probably put some music over it because I have to manual this because I'm going to try and do the 3-star again. But as you can see here, I've got the Barbella in my team as the leader. Once I 3-starred it, I then took the Stormblade out, because the Stormblade, if the Stormblade survives to the boss stage, she's actually less beneficial to the team than something just not having a unit, because the whole thing about this is you really want to kill the boss before the boss does the revenge. The Stealth Elf on a crit build is very important for this. Very important. The crit build, just giving extra damage through the crits, but also getting that extra proc of the skill 2 for the extra attack, which doesn't actually count as an extra attack towards the counter. And then also the poisons from critting the first skill. They don't do a hell of a lot of damage, but every little bit counts when you're this early into B8. So that's why after I got the 3-star, I did drop the Stormblade and put the Barbella in for the leader skill. The Barbella has endurance +2 leader skill, and that helps out the Whirlwind a lot, because the biggest problem I'm finding with the Whirlwind is what I thought I would, and that's that the heal is a charge skill, and even if the skill is charged and you get knocked down, you lose the charge, and then once you're that far behind, it's really hard to get back. Obviously, once I increase stats, it'll be easier. But yeah, we'll just jump into a run, and we'll put the Stormblade in there, and Pretty sure that's how we do it. And let's go. And after I do this run, we will talk about other options and stuff like that. So here we go. We want to target the big guy first. Use the 2 stealth elf attacks. Just make sure we get him down because the big guy hurts a lot and he puts damage mitigation up. And then basically I just try and rinse through this is going to be really hard to do because it's on the 3 times speed. But what I try and do is rinse through the charge skills on Stormblade and the Whirlwind, and then use the active skills on the Stealth Elf. Just because you want the damage out of the Stealth Elf and you want to save the mana for the Stealth Elf skills. So that's why we're using those two. So I just, when it's on this 3 times auto, it is really hard to keep up with. So I just try and keep spamming those charge skills. But as you can see, they're sneaking you with attacks. But nonetheless, we're doing all right here. We're going to die here because the auto is going to kill me. But we really want to spam these Stealth Elf attacks. So I might even just keep doing that. And spamming these. Come on, Stealth Elf. Ooh, we might actually have a chance. No, the Stormblade keeps stealing attacks. We might have one clutch opportunity here. And I think it's done. Okay, that was way too hard to do on fast speed to stop the Stormblade taking attacks. But as you can see, that's the general strategy that I did use. It took me a fair few times to actually get it. I think it took me about 6 attempts to get the 3-star. Just because the Stealth Elf critting is really important. And as you can see, my Stealth Elf is only at that 77% crit. And then you've got the evasion and block and stuff like that. So it does become incredibly hard to get those crits even at 77%. So my Stealth Elf really does need a bit of a buff in the runes. As you can see, these two are still 4-star runes. And if I can get something with a bit more crit rate, although that's the reason I do have this one on, it has 8% crit rate. So at the moment, I'm just going to keep progressing, farming the Whirlwind Shards, because that's something I do anyway. I need to farm the experience. After that, once I get Whirlwind to 6-star, I'll probably just then move on and start farming Boomer and not worry about the rest of the power-ups or awakenings for the Whirlwind, just because if I do awaken the Whirlwind at this stage, I think it'll be detrimental to me because it does make her charge skill, the heal ability, it makes it do damage on all enemies, which then will contribute to that boss's revenge counter, and that's something I really don't want. I really want to just 2 mana with Whirlwind and Stealth Elf. This is on the auto. This is once you've got the 3-star, you don't have to clear it with 3 stars. So that's why the Stormblade was there as my Nat 5 choice to get me that 3-star clear with the AoE pressure on the waves for that B8. And then that's pretty much where the effectiveness of the Stormblade is going to drop off in my progression now. Just because the 5-star max isn't really going to cut it anywhere past this. Obviously B9 is going to be the fire element, which she's weak against. So this is where the Boomer and the Wham Shell come in. And I don't even think I've summoned a Boomer, so I'll just go show you guys what I'm going to work on next, and then we'll go back to other options. So that's the Boomer. He's an amazing unit, has AoE bombs, has the attack buff, and this has a massive multiplier, so he's just amazing moving into B9. Great unit to farm. Bombs are really meta at the not at the moment, but on the other server, bombs were super meta, so he's fantastic. And the other one that teams up with him for the B9 run is going to be Wham Shell. If I can find him, he's in the water, and that's Wham Shell. Wham Shell is just a great support. This first skill is a defense buff for 2 turns. Does -4 endurance. It's just awesome, super mana efficient. And then his second skill is damage based on his defense, hits really hard and puts attack down on all enemies when he's awakened. When he's unawakened, it only does it to 1 enemy. And then he has this passive which gives him a chance to grant all allies with a shield at the start of a turn, which is really nice when it does proc. But those are the 2 I'm going to be working on next. When we look at that B8 progression, this is basically why I went away. So on my 2 other accounts previously on the soft launch server, like I've said in other videos, I did this tough luck progression. I maxed out my tough luck and went with that. And I know a lot of people are moving away from that, and I'd probably move away from it too now after I've just seen how long it does take to farm the Whirlwind shards, it's taking a really long time. So the time it would take to max out Tough Luck and Awakener probably isn't worth it now. As for other options, I do see a lot of people farming the Kaboom. I'm seeing a lot of Kaboom in Arena, a lot of 5-star, even 6-star Awakened Kabooms. He is a great option. He will definitely help you clear B7 really easy. But past that, the B8, I don't think he will help. Obviously, the AoE bombs would help clear the waves faster, but I do not like the chances of him surviving the boss, like a couple attacks from the boss. So that would sort of stop the 3-star. Same with the Spitfire. If you rolled for Spitfire, the attack buff passive and the bombs are massive, which would still really help for clear speeds in the B8. However, you come to that problem with the boss. As soon as the boss uses his single target attack, I feel like he's just going to hit that Kaboom or that Spitfire, and they're going to be gone. Which leaves me with the option that I think, like, what I will do is, as I progress further into B8 and get more runes, I'll upgrade my Stealth Elf a bit more and see if they can actually get the 2-man team to 3-star it, meaning I get enough damage out with just the Stealth Elf, which eventually I know she will, but I'm just sort of curious on the stats that would be required from a Stealth Elf to be able to do that, because I think that might have to be the progression path. If you do go for that Kaboom, or you've done the what was I saying, the Spitfire progression, just because they are going to lose that effectiveness. So if you can actually 2-man it with the Stealth Elf and the Whirlwind, that could be a good option. If anyone else has got to B8, let me know what you're using, because I really want to get as much information out there for everyone for options to do. If you've got another good AoE unit, the problem is all of the good AoE Nat 5s that people are pulling. Obviously the Ambush probably would be an option because he does have that AoE skill. He's also got another really hard hitting single target skill, so I feel like he could be a very big solution to it. So if you've got Ambush, I'd definitely test him. He looks fantastic for it. The problem with a lot of the AoE attackers is like the Spitfire and the Buckshot. Now, the Buckshot's another really good one. However, same issue, has the elemental disadvantage. So the one other thing I can think of is maybe the Crypt King if you farmed the Crypt King, but I don't think anyone is doing that or testing that. So yeah, like I said, this is just me spitballing ideas for people to try and test out. I haven't tested it without the Stormblade, obviously. Yes, you can clear the B8 without the Stormblade. My Whirlwind and Stealth Elf can 2-man the B8 run. However, it's just not quick enough at the moment. So as soon as I do find out more information about what sort of team can do it, I'll be sure to put it out there for you guys. I'll get some screenshots of people with the teams they're using and stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully everyone can progress pretty fast through that. So yeah, that's it for my progression. I've sort of dropped off on Arena just because I've been focusing so hard on farming, and I haven't had too much time to manually play the game and give it my full attention. So Arena's slipping off, but I'll get back into it, because at this stage with Arena, all I'm looking to do is stay in the Master 3 category for the week. So try and stay in the top 50. If I drop to the top 1,000, it's 200 gems lost. So I'm not gonna cry too hard over it. But just to be able to keep getting all the Omni gems is my goal from Arena at the moment on the account, because I'm more focused on the PvE progression for now. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Hope it gives you guys something to work on. Like I said, let me know if you get to B8 with something else. The 3-star is the big one, and there is always that option just to do the slow B8 runs with you can do like the sort of 2-man team. Another thing is, just while I'm thinking of it, just spitballing more ideas for people, the Broccoli guy is really nice, and I feel like even a 6-star Broccoli guy might be able to sustain a Stealth Elf pretty well if you really don't want to build the Whirlwind. So that is another option. I'm just really enjoying Whirlwind. I know Whirlwind will lose effectiveness in the dungeons past this stage. However, her use in like Mirage Tower and all that sort of stuff is still really fantastic. The heal is really nice. I don't know if you saw in that video, but with the rune upgrades that I got her, at 5-star, she's healing for about 750 per tick, which is really nice. So I think I've let this video go on long enough, guys. That's pretty much it for today's recap. And yeah, thanks for the video. Thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.